Hey people, this is Redneck Gardening, and I'm going to show you today how to build a redneck forge. You can do this out of things that every redneck has in the yard. And the reason you want to do this, maybe you had an axle you want to straighten or build and you want to temper it, or maybe you just want to build a nail puller, a pry bar, needed a temper on it, or maybe you want to build your own set of chisels. So this is super simple. I'm going to rate it on a difficulty scale at a 3. So this is everything you're going to need. You're going to need a drill and an auger bit. You're going to need a maul. You're going to need an all-purpose door stop. An all-purpose door stop portable anvil. And this was used for stopping my door from closing. And it was actually built to pull U-joints on a big truck. But it works out perfect as a portable anvil because you drive it in the ground so far, and best chances are it catches a root and stops there. You're going to need a glove. If you hammer with your right hand, you're going to need a glove on your left. You're going to need a redneck meth lighter. You're going to need a redneck bellows and a power source for however you use your bellows. And then over here you're going to need some quenching oil, and this is just old burnt motor oil. And the reason you use burnt motor oil is because it's got a lot of extra carbon from all the many miles of burning fuel through that engine. All them carbon deposits end up in that old oil. New oil is no good. You got to have old burnt motor oil. Always save your old burnt motor oil. And it's used for many things in the country. You can start with the stump. Every redneck's got a stump in the yard that his old lady don't want there. And so take your auger bit and drill down through the center of it. And then rake up, clean up around the outside of that stump. And drill through the side down close to the bottom there and try to match up that hole. These auger bits are expensive, so you're going to want to get it from Harbor Freight. You get a 3-pack that'll come with a 5/8, a 3/4, and a 1-inch, because I'm going to show you many other uses for these bits. Then you're going to take your Social Mississippi redneck meth lighter, fire that up and set it down in that hole and start heating that hole up. After you get that hole red hot and you see flames coming out the top of it, pull that torch out of there, replace it with your leaf blower. You might have to put a couple stakes on there to keep that weed blower blowing in the right direction. So if you found an oak stump that you want to get rid of, you won't have to do this step. But if you're burning old pine, it's not going to get hot enough. And so when the hole gets burned out a little bigger, you have to add a little oak. You might be wanting to build a cart or wheelbarrow or something, and you found this steel rod. You're going to use it for an axle because it fits your hubs. But it's mild steel, it's soft, it's not going to work. You have to hard it, and that's why you quench it with that oil. You get that steel red hot, and then you quench it in that oil, and it sucks up the carbon between the molecules, and it makes that steel harder. Where that air is directed at, it's probably going to blow through the stump there first. And just take your oak plug and hammer it up in that hole. If you're building a pry bar or chisel or something, you would work it and constantly quenching that oil and hammer that carbon into that steel good. And then when you're done, you would temper it with water. So it's a process, and this stump isn't near big enough to finish this process. But you heat it up, you hammer it in shape, you quench it in the oil, put it back on the fire, heat it up again, and constantly beating that carbon into that steel and starting your shape on it. If you're building chisels, you'll finish it up after you temper it, then you come back with a file and put an edge on it. When you go to quenching, that oil is going to flare up. Don't be scared. Just stick it in deeper. It'll cool off. But the bonus is, not only do you have a new tool now, but you got rid of that stump that your old lady didn't want in the yard. I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.